Surgery scars and beauty marks, Botox, amusement parks, pageant parades, that pass. Beauty will never last. Do I look fat? Don't answer that question. Hi guys, welcome to the Wig Alopecia podcast starring none other than myself, Jessie Vesper. This is season 2, episode 3, and I am excited to be filming today for several different reasons. I have a whole itinerary of things to talk to you about per the usual. It's a podcast. I talk here. Are there podcasts where you just sit there and do nothing and just watch video? Perhaps, but I don't know if the audio element is what makes it a podcast. Somebody get to the bottom of that. Let me know in the comment section down below. The fractions is what we're calling it now because I misspoke in my last video. Just kidding. It's the factions because you guys have to work things out down there. Speaking of working things out, if you guys are not following me cross-platform, you're fake. And if you're not liking or disliking this video, you're also fake, but I would prefer you to like it. Okay, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. That's all I'm gonna say about that for now. That's all the promo I'm going to give you because I have to get into some things about none other than my favorite topic, myself. Obviously, what would you expect my favorite topic to be? Actually, I have a few favorite topics that aren't just myself, but we'll get to those. Maybe we'll get to a few of those today. You probably saw the title. And if you didn't, maybe you don't know how to read. That's okay too. So I have a list per the usual because it's just me. I've got to keep myself on track here. So let's get on it. A lot has happened to me in the past 2 weeks. I've decided on the posting schedule unless something happens in my life, which knowing my Jerry Springer life, Jesse's Jerry Springer life, something will probably happen to me and I might not be able to post, but that happens occasionally, usually a technical difficulty, but I am trying to adhere to 2 normal YouTube videos, dose, peace, 2 YouTube videos, podcast episode, 2 YouTube videos, podcast episode, because that lets me live a little bit of life, okay? It also lets me be able to come back with good, refined, hot topics for you guys, things I'm interested in. If there's things you want me to talk about, you should probably comment and let me know, because if not, I'm never gonna know, and I might not talk about it, because I did get a nice comment that said I was like very niche, and I didn't realize that I was niche, but that makes me feel cool. I always knew I was cool, but now I feel really cool. So love the feedback from you guys. Keep it up. I want to hear what you have to say. I might not like it. I might not agree, but I want to hear it. So let me know. But I'm just going to start in order of progression of what has happened to me the past 2-ish weeks, okay? So first and foremost, things were going pretty okay. I was depressed. I was sad. That wasn't the pretty okay part. That was just the depressing part, which we've already talked about that. We've already talked about boys on the podcast, okay? That's why. That in school, which is finals. Tomorrow is finals week for me, so I'm scared. But it's fine. So I was, stressing through school, and one of my GFs, she was like, girl, let's go out.
Kelly,
and I was like, no, let's go somewhere else and go get dinner. And she was like, okay. So we go, we have a good night, whatever. I had Wingstop for the first time ever, which you might be thinking, Jessie, you're literally huge. How could that be possible? Well, I've had wings before, just never Wingstop.
UAV online.
Just never Wingstop, okay? So I had Wingstop, delicious. I had a hot honey. I actually got a lot of food. This was before, I'm getting ahead of myself. Guys, I had to go to the hospital, but oh my God. Okay, everybody calm down. So went to Wingstop, delicious. Wingstop, sponsor me please, because that was good. I would love to eat all your food, but this isn't why I had an issue and had to go to the hospital, but it might have been adjacent too, but we'll get there. So we're driving home. I'm driving, we're skirting around. We're listening to Underscores, I think. We were like playing every other song situation because my friend and I, we have good music tastes, but they overlap. There's overlap, but there's not like consistency completely across the board, So I was turning her on to some new stuff. She was turning me on to some new stuff. And I was like, okay, work diva, And then an armadillo. It's dark out and I've got my glasses on because I wear glasses when I drive at night because I'm blind a little bit. So I was like going slow, but we were on the interstate and an armadillo decides that it no longer wants to live. And this armadillo runs out. And, you're going 70 miles an hour, which is within the speed limit. That was the speed limit. And I did, in fact, hit said armadillo. And we both went, oh my, or something like that. I don't know. There was an exclamation of oh no situation, right? So that was very unfortunate. We didn't stop because there was traffic and the car didn't explode. So we drove home, and I would just like to let you guys, I'd like to let you guys know, and PETA, if you're watching, it was not on purpose. So, oh no. Yeah, so that happened. I'm scared, and hopefully he's living on the farm. You know, the real farm, not the heaven farm, the farm. So that was the start of the downfall, to be honest. And then I had some tummy issues. My tummy was hurting really bad. I don't want to dox myself completely on here and give you guys my whole medical history, but I had to go to the hospital because I was in pain, severe pain. And I was like, OMG, SLG, because, well, actually, she didn't look good. She looked bad. OMG, SLB, she looks bad. Because I looked bad, I felt bad, and I was texting my mother, who has medical knowledge because that's her profession, and I was like, Mom, I'm dying. And she was like, okay, blah, 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 whatever, go to the hospital. And I was like, okay, but I had to shower, and I was like, I had to do a few little things to look presentable. I had to shave and get ready to go, you know? And she texted me and was like, you don't need to be putting on a whole bunch of makeup before you go in public. I said, I had to shower and shave because I was not gonna go in there looking a fool, okay? So this is me after my mom said that.
Switching sides.
Mom, I won't even put on makeup to go to the function. You know what I mean? So then I go to the doctor. They tell me some things. I get some IVs. I get some CAT scans. I get some people looking at me with my clothes off. And normally, I would say that's probably a success moment, something to be celebrated, you know, but instead I felt exposed. I felt sad. I felt naked. And honestly, guys, they put me in one of those gowns that like open at the back, you know, and it was not a plus sized one. And it was like my arms, these big old arms were like sticking out. Okay. And so like, my breasts were also there, and I was just like in pain. So this is me. Like the hospital bed was also severely uncomfortable for me because it was abdominal pain, and I was like not laying down completely, but sitting up, but my legs were out, and it was like a lot of pressure. So I was in pain. So this is me. I'm like sweating. I was sweating. Okay, guys, it was horrible. It was so bad. It was bad. And they were like, "Do you need painkillers?" And I was like, "No." And then they gave me an extra strength Tylenol because I didn't want to be taking painkillers. I probably should have, but I didn't. And yeah, so I lived. And to many of my haters' chagrin, I lived. And I'm here now. So, hey, I'm still here, guys. And I lived another day, which is so good for me because I got to watch Heated Rivalry. Oh, yes, I did. Not because, well, honestly, I didn't really have time to because of school lately, but also I was like, this is just going to be another, you know, Yuri on Ice. Well, actually, I like Yuri on Ice, low-key, high-key. Oh, no. But like, I thought it was going to be more like Call Me By Your Name, you know? And if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil it here, but I just want to say that it was the right amount of tasteful, the right amount of like fornication, the right amount of lust, the right amount of like real world like drama, like the emotional aspect. Very dry textures though. I couldn't do those dry texts. You know, we need to make a video about dry texts, a rant video coming up about that because the dry texting, oh my God. Like, what do you want from me? You know what I'm saying? So Heated Rivalry was so good. I had to make a tweet. Now, a twat, if you guys know, you know. So I had to make a twat because, and I want to read word for word what I said here. I said, okay, hear me out. Heated Rivalry Season 2, but Slater does the soundtrack. Are we thinking about this? Are we listening to the words that I'm saying? The worst girl in America does the soundtrack for Heated Rivalry Season 2. This is what I need in my life. This is what I need for the scenes. There was like this wonderful moment where all the things she said played, and then it like went into a techno remix later. Spoilers, I'm spoiling the music. You people don't even notice these things because you're only visual. Think about auditory responses to things. Oh my God. I'm just tired of the shade, okay? Like, I'm thinking about this. I'm hearing this. I'm campaigning for this. I need Slater to do the music for Heated Rivalry Season 2. At least one track, okay? At least one track. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? I can imagine. I'm using my mind's eye, and I think you guys should also. So, all that said, Slater, hi, do the soundtrack for season 2 of Heated Rivalry. I did read that it was renewed. I hope that was real. It was the AI overview. I didn't dig that deeply because I didn't want to be disappointed. But if it's not, we need Slater on some more soundtracks. So that's what I'll say about that. But I need to also tell you something else that happened to me. And I meant to say this before I told you about my tweet because it did happen before my twat. So I was just perusing outside. You know, I was looking at my car. I was like, oh, there she is. She hasn't been stolen yet. And I was looking, actually, I have a little tiny mailbox. It's one of those that's like hooked to the side of the building. It's not like an open one. It's like a tiny, like the tiny wall ones. You guys know what I'm saying? It was this. And I was looking in there because I was like, oh, and it got a little warm out. So I was like looking for mail. It was going to rain or something. And then I look up and I have a porch light, and I don't normally run my porch light because one, I am cost efficient. I am efficiency savvy, I'm aware. And I was like, let me just look up here because sometimes wasps, when it gets warm, wasps or birds will try to live up there. So I was like, let me just make sure I don't get jump scared and attacked. But I did get jump scared. Not actually, I did get scared though, because my light bulb was missing. Completely. It wasn't out. It was missing. And I do know within the past month, I've used that front porch light because I had to take out the garbage at night. It was trash day the next day and I was late. I had to go do my trash can and put my trash can out there. So I turned on that light. So I know it worked approximately 3 or 4 weeks ago. Now, which if you guys know from last episode, my trash can did get stolen as well. So, and my car. So we've had car theft, trash can theft, and light bulb theft now. So I'm just saying, if you're watching this and you are a thief, you're a thief, particularly at my location, stop it. Get some help because I am annoyed and I'm going to have to do something drastic. So whatever that may be, you'll just have to stay tuned on the podcast to find out. But yeah, I was really like, oh my God, the violation. Like, it's one thing to be violated in all these other ways, but like to be violated to this capacity was devastating. I have more light bulbs, but I have the premise I didn't put one out there because I was like, what if it's a reoccurring person? So, and I don't know when it happened because I do have a camera out there, but like, I don't know when it happened. So like, I would have to like comb through hours and hours and hours of footage. So yeah, that happened. So that's been my 2 weeks, that and just dying in school. So let me know how life has been for you guys. Because it's been great for me. So yes, all that has happened. And now, without a further ado, I have a lot more to say. So lock in because we have a lot more to say. Let me just get into this, okay? There's one more main event thing that happened that I forgot transpired low-key because I'm not clout hungry like you guys may think. Subscribe. I have been posting consistently, as you guys know, and that means sometimes nobody sees your stuff, sometimes everyone in the world sees your stuff, and sometimes, you know, you get a lot of hate, and that's totally fine. But I got a video on Facebook because Facebook hates me. They promoted one of my videos and they promoted it to like kind of the right-wing side of things. And I kid you not, the like ratio was really bad on this. I got about like 300 likes, I think, on this video. And I kid you not, 700 comments plus, and most of them I only read about 300. You know, I didn't read that many, but I read quite a few, and then one of my friends read a bunch for me to let me know what was going on down there because I wasn't strong enough, you know. And most of them were hate comments. Like, in fact, all of them were hate comments. All of them were hate comments, excluding like 3. So at least that's what I was told. Yeah, so that happened and it didn't even get that many views. I think it was like less than 10,000 views, but I was like, yes, engagement. The engagement was great. And speaking, you know, not everybody hates me on the internet. A lot of people do, but not everyone does. And I'm going to tell you why. I be popping off. I'm popping off in the comment section, guys. You guys can see me lurking. You guys can see me commenting on Sonic the Hedgehog songs. You can see me commenting thirsting on Maine. What is it? On Maine. You guys can see me on Maine posting ridiculous things. And I'll take a shot in the dark. I don't care if people see it. I really don't. Like if I think something's funny, I will. I don't bully people, although there have been times where I want to because I'm like, dang. Let me just get this out here. Now, if you leave hate in my comments, I will bully you. But this comment, I need to just read word for word what I said on this. And it'll make sense after I tell you. So I'm gonna tell you, and then I'm gonna explain the context. So, do you guys like how I have direct quotes from Jessie Vesper? So I said, keep messing up, guys. You're doing great. Heart emoji. Now, I commented, this comment that I just read you got 12,000 likes. And I'm happy about this. Not that I got any followers from that. I've gotten many, many thousands of likes on comments before, upwards of 20,000, I believe. Actually, I think there was one on TikTok that got 100,000. But that's neither here nor there. Likes don't matter. You matter though. Okay? So there's these two guys, and one of them is Bo Bulks, and the other is Jimmy Sniffs. And I see them all the freaking time. And they do this thing where they like kind of queer bait. Actually, let me just put the video in for you guys right now.
Guess my fragrance.
Oh, I don't know. What is it?
Salute Dave Chappelle.
Oh, that is a very nice one for the ladies.
Oh yes, sexy guy. This car is looking at me.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Now, Bo, I have a little bit of a parasocial relationship with these two because they do fragrance content and Bo does like workout content, but most of their stuff is like, and food content, I believe as well. I saw some funny videos of his that he did that was food, but I love both of these guys. They do like a little queer bait, situation, which, I don't mind queer baiting because I think it breaks down stigmas sometimes. Sometimes I think it can be done wrong, but like, I don't mind. But I commented that because I thought it was funny. I was like, keep messing up, guys. You're doing great. Like, obviously implying some things there. But I think both of these gentlemen are heterosexuals, which either way, it doesn't matter. Normalize heterosexual men kissing other men. Normalize it. It's fine. You can kiss your homies goodnight. Are they even your homies if you don't kiss your homies goodnight? Are they? Are they? Let's ask the audience, because I don't know. But yes, I love both of these guys. I like fragrance content in general. That's why I think I was pushed it. But also I like beefy gentlemen like Bo, for instance. Bo is secretly my parasocial bae. He doesn't know this, but he is my bae. But yeah, I think both of these boys are super, super, super cute. I think they're doing cool content. And I like seeing different things. There was this one I saw of like him running. Jimmy was like running across the parking lot to like get to Bo, like from really far away. So they do kind of like, sensational content in that way, because it's like if you're a new or not a reoccurring viewer, but if you're a new viewer, it's a little shocking, to see, I guess, to certain audiences. So, yeah. I just had to tell you about these two guys and my top comment that I got. But I will say, got top comment, but it was not liked by the author. So what does that say about me? I don't know. Maybe I need to stop thirsting on Maine. Should I stop thirsting on Maine? That might be what I need to do. So just letting you guys know that I am in the comments. And if you see me in the comments doing something, let me live. Let me live, let me breathe, let me live my truth, and you guys go live your truth, okay? So that's what's been going on with me. Now let's get into Song of the Week. Guys, if you do not know Lunar, he is one of my favorite producers. He's one of my favorite artists. He's definitely more niche. I know you guys are always like, too niche what you're talking about. I don't care. I'm here to tell you about niche things as well as really important popular things, because not that niche things aren't important, but I'm here to tell you about things that you don't know about. I care about these things because I hyperfixate sometimes. So Lunar is one of my favorite producers. I think his sound overall is amazing. You guys should listen to his album Search and Destroy. I think it's like a 17-minute listen, if I'm remembering correctly. It's pretty short, but it's like a great body of work. I love it. The production, again, is amazing. He is fully self-produced, if I am not mistaken. And I really admire that when somebody is an artist, a producer, a talent, they have multifaceted things that they do. And Lunar is one of those people for me. Not only do I love his sound, I like his work, right? So, and he's cute. And he has the artistry, people. He has the artistry. I want to see and hear Lunar with a budget. But that's not the song I'm talking about, although every song on there is good. Love it. Go listen. I need you guys to understand that Lunar is multifaceted, and produced a track and wrote this track and performed this track called Worth It. And this has been on repeat, and I'm afraid that it's going to end up on my Spotify Wrapped, because I literally today, while I was getting ready, I was literally just listening to that after I got done listening to Baby Jane twice. So I was listening to Baby Jane's album, and then I like went on to Lunar, and I'm just like hooked. I am so hooked. I'm so hooked. I'm so hooked. I'm so hooked. Like, I put on my Spotify on my computer and I hit the repeat. Not the one repeat, the constant repeat, because I am going to listen to this on repeat. So song of the week, Lunar, Worth It. I need you guys to listen to the things I tell you, not just like the verbal things that I tell you to do and implement in your life, if they're ethical. And I'm not joking. So maybe don't do what I tell you. But when I tell you to listen to a song, I need you to go listen to a song, and I need you to go listen to an album. So go stream Lunar. I'm very excited to see what he does next. There's some collaborations that I kind of like have in the back of my mind, the back burners up here that I want him to do, but I can't project all that right now. So if you guys want to know more about that, I want to do a speculation video actually. If you guys want that, let me know. But I want to speculate on several different artists and who they should work with, because I have like a list, but I also don't want to give people free marketing and, you know, collaboration advice if I'm not getting a cut. So maybe I shouldn't speculate, but I just wanted to let you guys know that you need to be listening to Lunar. Moving on to meme of the week, I want to talk to you guys about Bebe Rexha, not because she is specifically a meme, but because when I found this out, it made me I'm a meme, okay? And this made me laugh so much when I found this out, not because it is, we'll get into it, okay? We'll get into it. It made me laugh because Bebe Rexha and this artist called Faithless. I don't know much about Faithless, but I have seen quite a few things of Bebe. She was the girl that got hit with the phone at the concert, right? I'm pretty sure. I might be making that up. I'm not like a diehard fan. I wouldn't consider myself like a fan. A casual listener is what I would consider myself of Bebe Rexha. Like, I honestly don't know much of her work. I know her radio hits from like back in the day a little bit, but this just randomly came on my YouTube Music one night because I usually lock in on YouTube Music when I want to shuffle, okay? Because there's a lot of demos and things I listen to on there. So it was a school night for me. I was listening and I had it really low because I was kind of anxious, actually. I've been struggling with my anxiety lately, and I was like grinding through trying to like not die from my illness and keep up with homework. Right? So I was dying and I had it on low and I heard this song and I was like, oh my goodness, I really like this song. And I heard it once and then I turned it up and I like clicked and I was like, oh my God, it's Bebe Rexha. I was shocked because normally that kind of thing doesn't come on in my recommended. It's usually like things that I'm very consistent with, and you guys know me, I'm hooked on certain things. So to have a new song play and a new song play that I liked and didn't want to skip is rare for me. That's not usually how I discover music, but I really liked the song. And so I was like, let me just look. And I was like, okay, production. I was like, we've got Faithless in here. Now I'm going to put on the screen right now all the production people, because if I remember correctly, and if my notes are accurate, which I believe they are, this has 28 credited names on this track. And that really made me laugh when I looked, because I was like, I did not expect this track to have that many not artists, but people mixed in like the songwriting process, right? And it's not uncommon to see an upwards of 8 people on a radio hit these days. And as we can see from this, even more so. This, as of the time I am filming this, has over 30 million streams on Spotify alone. So which is a pretty big accomplishment, you know, to get your music that big. Like, I feel like pulling 100,000 to a million streams isn't that crazy anymore for a lot of artists, especially if you have a cult following. But to get it upwards of like 10 million streams on something, and even higher than that, it does take, at times, like a whole room of people. I don't want to say like you can't write a hit that big by yourself, because people can and they do. But whenever I saw this, I was like, oh my freaking gosh. Does it really take this many people to produce a hit like that anymore? Like, I was shocked. I was shocked, and it made me die laughing, because I think and this is no hate to Bebe Rexha, because I love her. I've seen her in like interviews, and she's always very like speaks highly of people. She seems like a wonderful person. So I don't want this to be, it's not a her thing, it's an industry thing. But I just was like laughing because I was like, oh my God, Bebe Rexha. And I was already like shocked that she was in my recommended. And then for me to fall for a writer's room of that many people did have me shocked. And I was like, you know what? I can't even hate because it is a good song and I would recommend it. You guys should definitely go listen to this. But like, I really was shook by this and it made me die laughing. So, I was kind of hysterical at that point too, because it was like late. It was like 3 a.m. ish and I was still doing homework from the day before. So, you know, it is what it is. But I just think it's interesting because like, when I see people like Lunar, and I know he's not pulling that many streams yet, but I am saying that it's nice to see people that do their full production and honestly a lot of their own creative direction too. I think that he does all of his. So to see people that are like the artist as well as the writers, the producers, you know, the marketing, everything, they do their own videos and stuff. I love and produce their own stuff as far as like the artistic element as well as the production in studio. I love seeing that. I love hearing it because it's like bring back the independent artists, you know, like I love seeing people that, you guys know I'm always talking about Ayesha, but like seeing people like Ayesha and Lunar and even like Baby Jane does a lot of her own production, or at least has a heavy hand in it. When I see like it being 1 or 2 people versus like 28, you know, it is quite the accomplishment because these people are still pulling in numbers. So I think that's great. I'd love to see it. I'd love to go know you guys' thoughts on this. Like, is the production element something you guys even care about when you listen to music? Because I know a lot of people just listen to music and it's like a casual listen, you know, but for me, I'm like listening, I'm deep diving, it's the nerd in me. It's the nerd in me, guys. I will be nerding out about this. So let me know. I want to know what you guys think about that. I have to talk about another niche interest of mine, which is, of course, Amanda Bynes. I love Amanda Bynes. You guys are haters. All of you guys are haters. All of you, every single one of you. Clap and dance if you like Amanda Bynes, because I don't just like her. I love her. So clap and dance if you like her. Scream and take your wig off if you love Amanda Bynes, which I'm not doing, but I do love her. So I love Amanda. She is so iconic. I love her earlier acting roles and her fame, her rise to fame, the fame culture that she's been involved with. Even her like public moments of despair have been something I have followed closely just because I've always loved her ever since the Amanda Show when I was a kid. I would catch episodes of the Amanda Show at my friend's house and when I was like young, and it was very impactful for me to like see a woman just be so, again, multifaceted and talented. She's like so talented. So, and then seeing her other acting roles in movies and things, like it's so, she's so talented. And like to see like the public spiral a little bit, I feel like fame was a lot for her to handle. And I know there were some things like in her private life as well. So I think it's important for us as viewers to be conscientious of that and not to bully people or hate on people. But so I do love her and I give her the utmost respect. And I'm glad she's doing well. I'm so sad though, because most of you guys probably know that she launched a podcast and I was sad because she only did a few episodes of it. And then she did retire the podcast for now. So I'm hoping that she comes back to podcasting because I love her. I think she's kind of a style icon, high key, not just like her past work, but her current work too. I know like it's like a little frowned upon in a society to look a certain way or to branch out and be alternative. But like, I like that she's breaking down traditional beauty roles as someone who kind of likes to go into traditional beauty roles a little bit, you know. I also like the anti-space of that, you know. I like the 180 of that. I like to be alternative. I like to it's fashion. It's not that serious. We're all just like little chalkboards, you know. We can all, you know, design how we want and erase and rewind and, you know, look different and cool. And I love that about her. So I just wanted to get that out of the way before I talk about her new song, Boyfriend. Okay. No, it's not Boyfriend. It's Girlfriend. Oh my God. I'm thinking of boyfriends.
Good morning, Flop.
Flop Tina over here. So Amanda Bynes is Icon of the Week and her new song, Girlfriend, is featuring Zaba and Phoenix Flexen. Now, I really enjoyed this song. Production-wise, I also really enjoyed this song. What's new? You guys know I'm paying attention to the production, okay? Liked this song a lot. It was on repeat for me. It still is being played on repeat. You guys know that whenever I listen to things again, I'm repeating things. So I really like this. I'm glad that she's coming to music again and not just in a Broadway or a, musical sense. Which is kind of weird, redundant to say a musical sense, but I mean like live musicals or filmed musicals. I'm glad she's coming back to music. I really liked it. My one criticism, not that I don't necessarily like these two artists, I would like to see a project that is just Amanda and producers or producer. Because I love her so much, So like, I did think it was great to like kind of dip her toe in the EDM world. But her one toe. She dipped that one toe in the EDM world, but she's already been teasing new music again. So I'm really excited. I would love to see her become like the music star that I know she is. So I'm excited about this. That is why she's Icon of the Week. I am rooting for her comeback. It's nice to have celebrities that are out there that aren't afraid to dabble in other like areas. Like that's kind of how I'm not a celebrity by any means, fake it till you make it, baby. But like, I do kind of like, I put my stuff out there and, it's not about who sees it or who listens or who doesn't. It's like, sometimes you just have to have a creative artist endeavor that you just want to put stuff out there and enjoy the creativity of it all. So Amanda Bynes, sending love. I love Amanda Bynes. So if you guys don't love Amanda Bynes, you need to get good, okay? Take your wig off and do the dance and get good, okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. Here I am talking about Ayesha Erotica again because she almost got Icon of the Week, but she's just an icon, so she made it to the Hot Topics, okay? Ayesha Erotica tattooed her own name, guys. She got a Hello Kitty tattoo a few weeks ago, and I saw this, and I was like, this is major. She's a tatted up girl. And then she got her own name tattooed, and I think, I've seen people do this before. Not Ayesha Erotica's name necessarily, but I've seen them tattoo their own names or their own handles. And sometimes I've seen it and it's quite cringe. But whenever you are Ayesha, when you're Ayesha Nicole Smith, hi, give me 20 grand to slide up inside. Like, you're going to need to tattoo your own name. So I think this is so major. So major, so iconic. I was really shook by this. I did not expect it to happen. And because I was not on my A game expecting the unexpected, I got flabbergasted. I got shook. I was yes diva hunty the house down boots, Captain Crunch Mama, because I was scared. But it's cool. I think it's so cool. And it's really like a doubling down on who you are and supporting yourself. I believe she said, I'll insert the photo, but I believe she said repping since day one or so, like always got my back. Something along those lines, right? That's what I remember. I've slept since then. I'm sorry. But I was just like, girl, it is giving icon. It is giving mother. It is giving, I'm not backing down. I'm not going anywhere, baby. So I love Ayesha Erotica for so many reasons, but just the doubling down on being an icon. Double down, triple down, you're an icon, Ayesha. I'm not done talking about Ayesha, and I never will be. She recently performed with Cole Kimbrough, otherwise known as Fetish. And I have to whisper that because I should probably bleep it because YouTube does not like when I say words like that. So it does sometimes get a little complicated talking about people. But I love this artist. I actually sometimes will insert this album specifically because I like to blurt out the word I just said, that is their name. So Ayesha performed a new track with them at Heaven, and my boy, Little Crimes, was there. And I did DM Little Crimes about this because I was like, oh my God, this is major, because it is major. Like, there was a huge turnout and I thought it was so iconic. Like, I watched all the Ayesha's Corner videos that were posted on Twitter of this, and I watched all the stories that I could find and everything. I was locked in. I was like almost like MTV Music Awards 2009 Lady Gaga locked in at the screen. Like, I was locked in for this. So I am very excited for the new tracks to be released. I'm excited to hear new music. I was like, collab win to Little Crimes, because like, we need the collab, you know? Like, we need the collab, and we need Ayesha to release the collab as well. So I'm very excited. Last I heard, Ayesha is working on 2 new projects. I heard that she's working on a rap album as well as like a pop-esque album. So I'm excited for both, because this woman has been teasing us for far too long, and I'm ready for the disses. I'm ready for the comeback. I'm ready to hear what Ayesha has to say. And I think there is so much room in the trans world for trans women and queer people to take back center stage from the cisgendered heterosexual people that are called artists. Okay, did I say that? Is that shady? Do you guys not agree? I don't care. Okay, I'm ready for Ayesha to take back music by storm. And honestly, if Cole is going to be a part of that too, I would love it. Honestly, Cole's song with Chase Icon, Botched. Oh my God, so freaking good. Love that. This whole album, so good. You guys need to go listen to this. I like hearing the underground stuff, okay? The underground stuff where people like really commit to their craft and create good music that they like. It's so impressive to me. I just love the consistency there. So I'm sending Ayesha, I'm sending Cole, and I'm sending, of course, my boy Little Crimes, all the love because they're going to be major. They're going to be major. And you heard it here first on the TWAP podcast. I have to, okay, listen, I didn't really think about initials whenever I was naming this podcast. I kind of was just like, made up the name and I was like, that's fierce. And it has something to do with me. So side note here, the Wig Alopecia podcast is the TWAP podcast. That's TWAP, TWAP. Because sometimes it won't fit in my titles. So I'm like, okay, it's a TWAP now. But yeah, I just thought I should tell you guys that. If you ever see TWAP, it's the Wig Alopecia podcast. So anyways, yes, Ayesha, Cole, Little Crimes, love you guys, whatever. Side note, Ayesha did also perform Gang live. So I want you guys to know she performed Gang as well as her unreleased track with Cole. So I just wanted to insert that in here because I forgot to say it. So you guys know Vladimir. I love Vladimir. I love their content. I love the stereotypes they are breaking down. I love that they kind of push the boundary of femininity and masculinity. I love Vladimir, and they honestly show a kind of an international perspective on misogyny in an interesting way to me. I don't know if that's their main goal, but it is interesting to me to see how depraved men can be in reference to beautiful women or beautiful femme presenting people. And I feel like Vladimir really puts that into the limelight, which is interesting to me. But Vladimir just got their face done in Korea. And I was shocked by this. And at first I was like, this is rage bait. There's no way this is real. This is rage bait. Because I think that Vladimir is so like beautiful, you know, so beautiful, so iconic, and so just beautiful skin and everything. But I watched their vlog and I was like, really? I was like, wow, I can't believe that they're getting this procedure done. So I thought that was really interesting. And I wish them the best. I'm excited to see like part 2. I hope the recovery goes really well because I know that's like there was a bunch of procedures done, but it's a very invasive thing. But I just wanted to talk about briefly like people really needing to let people do what they want with their bodies, you know, within reason. Like if you want something cosmetic done, it doesn't matter if I think you're a beautiful person already. Sometimes you want a little nip tuck and you want a little snatch. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I think people really need to, I saw a lot of hate about this. So I think people need to be more supportive and just let people live their lives and look the way that they want to look. Because again, we're all just little doodling boards, okay? Little chalkboards that need doodle on. So let people change their face. But I love Vladimir and I really hope that they recover quickly and well. And I'm excited to see part 2 of their vlog. But this was just very shocking for me because I was just watching their like wig haul because they have all these wigs. It was like a $40,000 wig collection. And you know, I love wigs. So I was just so shocked because I was like, you know, if I looked like Vladimir, I don't know that I would get it done. Maybe I would. You know, I want things done, but we're saving. We're going to the bank, okay? But I was just like, wow, you know, like it's to see somebody like that you already perceive that way and then to do it that you didn't know that they had any, you know, ambition to do that at all. It was a little shocking for me personally, but I just wanted to say that you guys need to stop being mean and be supportive. So letting you guys know that, okay? And keep it moving. Vladimir, yes. My last hot topic for the day is about that Zach or Zach Rock. And I'm not going to go too in depth through this because I personally wouldn't want it done about me, but I'm going to give you guys a little bit of context and then I'm going to tell you why it's unethical and horrible what you people are doing on the internet. Oh, I hate all of you. I'm just kidding. I don't hate you, but I kind of get annoyed with you people because I'm like, not you people, but the people, you know, because it's like, what are we doing here? What are we actually doing here? You know? So I just want to say that there were leaks in regards to his private, intimate photos on the World Wide Web that I believe were from Grindr, according to his statements in his video. And these, I don't know if they were just videos or photos, but they were put on Reddit as well as other platforms, and people have used deepfake AI technology to make provocative poop imagery surrounding this guy. And I think he's so funny. You guys should watch his YouTube videos. This is not his normal YouTube video, but he's like kind of a storytime YouTuber. But I was just like, wow, this is really sad and pathetic that people are doing this, because deep fakes for celebrity culture is already like such a big thing and an issue. And honestly, just stars in general, because they, you know, people take the imagery you have, or like if you're doing, you know, that kind of erotic content, and they will deep fake you and make you do things that you never did, or put you in circumstances that are unethical or disgusting or phallic. Like, and I think this kind of work is real work. I'm just saying that, like, ethically speaking, we should not be doing this to people. And obviously the people that are doing this are unethical individuals that don't care. But I think it's important to be stated here that, like, this could happen to you. It happens to normal, not public people all the time. So, to be a public person, of course, this puts you in a predicament, and it's really sad. So, like, my heart goes out to that Zach, or Zach, I'm just going to call you Zach. My heart goes out to you, Zach, because you are a person, and this should never happen. Like, people should not screenshot and like take advantage of people's imagery like that. And there's nothing wrong with celebrating your Bible. There's nothing wrong with celebrating your Bible. There's nothing wrong with celebrating your Bible. Oh my God. There's nothing wrong with celebrating your body, people. Okay. So to celebrate your body and be proud of how you look, I think is perfectly normal. And sharing intimate moments with people like that via photograph, if that's something you both consent to, I think that is perfectly normal as well, and should also be celebrated. But to take things out of context, to send it around, take pictures of it without people knowing, leaking it, making deep fake stuff, you know, all that AI stuff, like, and turn it into like fetish world, like, that is really unethical and really sad. So you guys need to be nice. You guys need to be nicer. And we need to, when we see stuff like this, like, I believe actually they did say in their video that they also, somebody told them that they saw it on Twitter. When you see stuff like that, you need to report it, because it's unethical and horrible. So don't circulate it. You know, I'm just talking about it now. I debated even talking about this because it can be, it's like muds the, no pun intended, but muds the line, blurs the line of being unethical, because it's like you don't necessarily want more awareness or more, I guess, notoriety brought to it if there are people that are looking for it, right? So I'm just saying that you guys need to be ethical, and when using the internet, be aware, you know, that these things can happen to anybody. Doxes and leaks happen to anybody. Hackings happen. Screenshots like this obviously happen. So be ethical, be aware. And if it happens to me, report it. But, like, you know, honestly, if it happens to me, probably just gonna do fans. But hopefully there will be a demand for that. But, you know, I just think that, you know, there should be less stigma and shame around this in all cultures. And you should celebrate your body. So that, Zach, I'm sending you love. And honestly, maybe even look at legal ramifications for suing, because sometimes that is a valid option as well. I am not a law student or a student of law. Same thing there, but it is important to know your rights. So that would be my advice. Seek legal counsel and pay the money, because it might be worth it. And who knows, maybe even look into holding the platforms accountable that you have been made aware that these are on. So yes, that's what I would say about that. And on that, we are going to wind down and end the podcast today. I have a fun little, I have a trick to turn for you guys. Okay. So first, this is a book that I wanted to talk about. This is a childhood book of mine. It wasn't mine, but it was my sister's. I believe it was a gift to my sister from my aunt. But it's called The Princess and the Kiss. and this is by Jenny Bishop, and it's a story of God's gift of purity. Now, I wanted to kind of get into this. I don't know that I'm going to read the whole book, but if you guys do want that, let me know. I can read it in ASMR for a short or something, but for time's sake, I'm not going to do that. But this book, I was thinking a lot lately about Puritan culture because I've been doing some other light reading, as you know. But Puritan culture is something that is very prevalent in Middle America and the Bible Belt of America, and it was something that I have been subjected to my whole life. And reading this book, it's basically about a girl who saves her first kiss, which is kind of like an analogy for virginity here, just for like younger people, very young individuals. But it's kind of like an allegory for that, and it makes you want to wait to give your first kiss to the most important person in your life. Now, there's one photo that I have a little Instagram thing that's going up, but like I want to show you guys on here too, which the art style is kind of fierce in this, but it is it's a book that like stuck with me like my whole life because, oh my God, here it is. It stuck with me because like the Puritanism of it all, like it really is deeply ingrained in me. And I don't know that that is a good or a bad thing. I think it's maybe a little bit of a bad thing because it gave me a lot of body issues and things. But I want to know if you guys read weird, I would consider this book a little bit of like propaganda. So I want to know if you guys like experienced that. And I want to show you this page because I relate to that person so much. Guys, the art style is wild, but also I relate to her now. I think she's so beautiful and fierce. So I don't know, did you guys, like this says, many men came one by one and asked for the princess's hand in marriage. One by one, she turned them all away. None seemed worthy of her kiss. She began to doubt that she would ever find a husband. One night, she spoke with her mother, the queen, about her fears, which I don't remember this one specifically being like, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm remembering it through a lens of like child's eyes, but like I really did think for a long time, I was like, I will find the man of my dreams. Well, first I had to deal with like, you know, gender identity and sexuality stuff. But after that, I was like, I'm going to find the man of my dreams. And now I'm not so sure that exists. So let me know if you guys had to read this, if you read other books that may blur the lines of ethics and values or kind of drive home certain and specific ethics and values that you might not align with anymore. I would be very interested to know that. We're going to end on no sugar all over you. I'm just kidding. But this is a cherry float Coke, and it is not no sugar. It actually has sugar. This is 150 calories, and this was a gift. I wanted to try it on camera because that's what they wanted me to do. So I'm going to try to do this without breaking a real nail. Oh, yeah. Oh, that just went everywhere. Okay. Let me just try this. Me spilling it literally everywhere. It's my first day on Earth, guys. Give me a break. I'm full. That was really good. It kind of just tastes like regular Coke to me. No, it does have a little bit of a cherry. I don't taste the float part though. Maybe it's like, I guess it is a little creamy. I don't know. Maybe I'm a Diet Coke girly. I'm a Diet Coke, Coke Zero girl. I can't taste the difference between Diet Coke and regular Coke. Oh, no, that's not true. Diet Coke and Coke Zero, I think they taste the same. Okay? I do. Is that so wrong? Is that so wrong of me? Maybe it is. Whatever. Anyways, brands, if you think I look cute today, just know that I need sweatpants. So please send me sweatpants if you're a brand watching this. And send me stuff. Send me stuff to try. I would love to try more Coke. Actually, this is really good. Okay, I need to stop. I've been trying not to drink the sugars. I've been cleaning up my diet ever since my little health scare I had. So anyways, I'm going to go now, guys. But thank you for tuning into this week's episode of the TWAP podcast. And I will see you guys again next week in a new video of some kind. But I'm sending love your way, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, evening, morning. Finals are here, so good luck with finals. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Goodbye. Goodbye. See ya. Later. Ciao. Bye. Please, somebody cut her off.
私の名は吉良義景。年齢33歳。自宅は森王町北東部の別荘地帯にあり、結婚はしていない。